Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. But before we begin these amazing raids, let's get to know the crew with which we will be undertaking these challenges. Some of them you may even recognize. Introducing the Trailblazers. Let's begin with the tanks. There is the main character of this playthrough, Lyn, the small dragon warrior turned paladin. What prompted this change is a mystery to all. And her alter ego, the goofball and appointed leader, Fred himself. This white mage turned warrior has gone to hell and back getting all of the relic weapons in the game. Some say you can see never-ending pain in his eyes, as he will never be released from the pain of the grind. These two can never be seen in the same space. Some say that they are connected to each other, but no one truly knows how. Next up is Kaladin the Trusty Paladin, our Highlander representative, and a true tanking main. Give him a tank and you can be guaranteed to succeed. Some say you can hear his grunts during battle over any other noises, meaning as long as you hear the grunts, he is still standing. There are few who have wronged the man, but the few who did paid the price in blood. Beware, the man is trained in the ways of the ninja. Let's introduce the healers next, beginning with the self-proclaimed healer number 1, Raylac. It may be a self-proclaimed title, but that does not mean that he hasn't earned some of it. This scholar main has been forged in the fires of hell, almost single-handedly carrying entire groups of inexperienced players through extremes in duty roulette. Outside of healing, the man is also versed in the ways of the muck, which he uses to assert dominance to his partner in marriage. His artisan skills have also earned him quite the fortune. Speaking of which, here's our sponsor for this intro, Raylac's Aquariums. Buy one and just buy another one. Also supported by the Raylac Church. All hail Pope Raylac. Next on the list is Chai, our resident dragon slash bunny slash vampire, maybe? This Mikote turned Lalafell turned Viera is another scholar main while dabbling in most every other magic class available. This particular healer is quite versed in the use of the rescue spell. Anyone who complains about a sudden pull into death can hear the ancient verse of I heal more than I kill. Where this murderous intent sprung from, nobody knows. However, anyone who dares enter her house may never be seen again. She's always watching. And thus we have arrived at our DPS, starting with Aoi, our resident E-boy Tancred, and one of our 2 melee DPS. The man is well versed in most every job, but the one that is dearest to him is Dragoon. This man is well versed in the use of emotes and will use them to express himself at any turn. Some say that that when he spots a male Mikote, that it is impossible for him not to pet him. And here we have a special guest and newest comrade in our merry band, Felsius. The man boasts considerable skill in the sword as a samurai main. While we were fooling around, he was training himself in the sword. We have arrived at an individual who used to be a DPS main, but has found his true calling in healing. Unfortunately for Ridwin, most just call him Rai, they joined as a DPS main, and thus he will stay a DPS for at least these raids. He used to be a Dragoon main, but he got executed for stealing an LB3 from the healers, and thus he found his true calling as a white mage. But as a hobby next to white mage, he likes dancing and shooting things with a bow. So for the time being, Rai will be our physical range DPS. Another honorable mention would be that he has recently found the majesty of black magic, which makes his life that more exciting as he misplaces his ley lines or teleports to the wrong target and gets absolutely deleted. Last but not least, we have Megas, our resident red mage, and boy do I have a lot to say about him. And with that, it is time for us, my friends, to venture into the binding coils of Bahamut. The scars left by the calamity. I can scarce breathe for the surfeit of ether. Tell me, have you ever seen corrupted crystals such as these? Such crystals manifested across the realm when the course of the great river of ether was irrevocably altered 5 years ago. Behold one of the objects that caused the alteration, a fragment of the lesser moon, Bahamut. Ancient Alak created Bahamut, or Meteor, to use the Guardian name, to serve as a celestial prison for Bahamut. Its fall inflicted grievous wounds upon the lands, wounds that have yet to heal, as is evident from the corrupted crystals. Amazing. Bahamut's internal defenses still function in spite of everything, a testament to the ingenuity of the Elegant. The Guardians seek to appropriate their advanced technology, I'm certain of it. We are about to come face to face with secrets that have long lain buried within the sands of time. Great dangers may lie beyond, but we have come too far to turn back. The truth of the calamity is within reach. Gods preserve. Dark wings that would engulf the very heavens. These could only belong to Bahamut, the primal who laid Eorzea to waste 5 years ago. At Carchano, my grandfather sought to imprison Bahamut anew by invoking the power of the 12. Alas, the Dreadworm proved too powerful, and he soon broke free of his confines. Yet instead of resuming the destruction he had begun, Bahamut vanished, whither to, no one knew, until this day. But I do not understand. If Bahamut is truly a primal, how is it that he retains his physical form? Did Grandfather defeat him? Or is there some other explanation? We must press on if we are to learn the truth. This is going rather more smoothly than I expected. It is indeed convenient to have a hero on hand. Gods, the cavern should open up again, even at this depth. Huh, this resembles a finger. So it should. This is Bahamut's hand. As with the wings, it seems to be frozen, and for that I count my blessings. But again I find myself wondering, how is it able to retain physical form? I'd assumed that Bahamut's reversion to ether was the cause of the widespread changes to the realm, but if he is still here, then that theory no longer holds. What was it then that brought about the realm's sudden regeneration? There's still so much we do not know about Carter now. I haven't the slightest inkling how deep these caverns run, but we must continue.
I'm in danger!
And here we are. This contraption. Is it used to control the saturation of ether? I suppose there is only one way to find out. The dragon you vanquished earlier, doubtless you noticed a peculiar contraption around its neck. It is likely a receptor of some description, used to enslave the creature. Ancient Alak possessed a means to control dragons, it would seem. The Asgardians would kill for this knowledge, though to be sure, it could as easily be brought to bear against them. An army of dragons could turn the tide of any battle, as the Guardians once learned their sorrow. Learned to their sorrow. I would not be the least surprised if they now sought to exploit this power. Whatever their plans, this serves as another reminder of the might of the Alagans. One cannot help but wonder how so advanced a civilization came to fall. Gods be good. This is Bahamut's head. And that enormous crystal. It pulsates as if it were a heart. Then the primal that had awakened was Bahamut all this time? No. This cannot be true. This would mean that grandfather died for naught. Confound it! We do not know enough to strike at it now. We must withdraw. Who is that? No, it can't be. Grandfather, is it truly you? No, don't leave me again, please. I know. We can do no more for now. Over here. What's it go? I don't remember where to go. But this looks like... How did we come to be in Northern Tharna, of all places? But such details matter little. Grandfather's alive, Lyn. Bahamut did not defeat him. But why won't he return to us? I don't understand. This expedition has yielded more questions than it did answers. At any rate, we would both be better for a rest. Let us return to the Waking Sands and reflect upon what we have seen. Thank you, Lyn. Without you, none of this would have been possible. Pray return to the waking sands. The waking sands. You know. A character from... anyway. Western Timeline. Do I even have a quest for this at the moment? No, I don't. That's interesting. In fact, there's no quest for this. Meanwhile, Alphino is here. Full glad am I for thy safe return. Lady Alizé hath apprised me of thy many experiences. As thou wilt doubtless be aware, Master Louisoix was my lady's grandsire. Gravely concerned was I for her safety. But it would seem I need not have been so. Jesus. With all my heart I do thank thee for watching over her. But come, thou must speak with Mr. Alizé upon that which has transpired within the binding coil. May it serve to bring us closer to the truth of the calamity. Shall we begin then? Oriange, I understand you have a report of your own to share with us. Aye, my lady. Even as thou didst emerge from the depths, an etheric disturbance betokening primal activity was observed. In Mordona was it marked first. By comparison of time and magnitude, we have since deduced its origin, the Cardinal Flats. Strange, there have been no reports of primal activity in that region. It could only have been Bahamut. That would certainly explain how we came to be in Northern Thanland somehow. The cavern took us all the way from Vilbrand to the heart of Aldenart. It would seem so, my lady. It is all but certain, then. After Bahamut disappeared 5 years ago, he hid himself deep beneath Carteneau, and has since lain dormant, regenerating. Aye, my lady. Taken together with thine own account of Bahamut's continued presence, the land's slowness to heal, and the disorder of the etheric currents do point to one conclusion. Bahamut stirreth. If left unchecked, the primal shall drink of Eorzea's life force, till he doth awaken to rain ruin upon the land. Rest assured, I do not mean to give up, Lyn. Bahamut may still live, but so too does grandfather. For the past 5 years he has been keeping vigil over his nemesis, making certain that the primal does not escape. Master Louisoix, doth he yet live? I durst not hope. And thou art certain 'twas no mere manifestation of thine all too sorely felt grief? I know how desperate this may sound, Oriange, but I saw him with my own 2 eyes, as did Lyn. But he vanished deeper into the labyrinth before we had the chance to speak. Two more light fragments of Dalamut pierced the earth when the lesser moon fell. One we have seen. If we can but find the other 2, I am certain that we will find grandfather as well. If thou so believest, my lady, then I too shall have faith. If it please you, I shall notify the grand companies of this development. All Eorzea must stand united if we are to avert a repeat of the calamity. That will not be necessary, Oriange. Being the great conciliator that he is, Alphino will seek to unite Eorzea of his own accord. If rumors are true, that endeavor is already well on way. So let us leave the diplomacy to the diplomat, while we continue our investigation of Bahamut. I swear to you, no matter what it takes, we will find my grandfather and uncover the whole truth of the calamity. Lyn, you have heard me swear to do these things, but without your strength, I cannot hope to make good on my word. The danger to Eorzea is not past. For the sake of all who abide here, I pray that you will ever be our sword in the darkness. Alright. And that, my friends, is the first part of the Coils of Bahamut. Normal right series. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this wacky episode of Just Feb, where I was playing Final Fantasy XIV and doing the Coils of Bahamut. And next episode, we're going to at least begin with the second Coils of Bahamut. I'm not sure how this is all going to turn out, but the second Coils of Bahamut are suddenly going to become a lot more difficult than the first ones. Anyway, goodbye.